I'm bored, I can't sleep, so I'm going to go over the entire timeline of the Robins for anyone who doesn't know and wants to know like the order of the Robins. So obviously we're going to start off. Bruce Wayne goes to a circus and he sees the Flying Graysons. Unfortunately, the Haley Circus did not pay for protection money, thus Mafia kills the Flying Graysons. But Dick Grayson survives and Batman adopts him. Wanting vengeance, Batman trains him to be Robin to prevent him from becoming like Batman. They go on for a couple years as Batman and Robin until Dick Grayson hates Batman's guts after turning 18, goes to become Nightwing, and we get the terrible disco wing suit. And then Batman's entering Crime Alley and he sees a young child stealing the Batmobile's tire caps a while later. Well, he takes this child in, express adoption or kidnapping, and adopts him. Well, this kid was Jason Todd. Jason Todd goes and is a Robin for a while, till he learns that his mother is alive. Batman tells him not to go after her, and he ends up going after her anyways and gets beaten to death at the age of 17 years old. Don't worry, he will be back later. But, for now, we're going to split into two different areas. We're going to go to a different timeline now, not the main one. That of the Dark Knight Returns. Bruce is now 60 years old. Jason is still dead. Well, he ends up starting having flashbacks by seeing the mutant gang. And he decides to pick up Batman again. Saves a girl named Carrie Kelly. She purchases a Robin costume and saves Batman after he gets his butt handed to him by the leader of the mutants. She ends up going on to be the third Robin of this world and eventually became Catwoman and eventually took on Batman's role. Not as Batman, obviously, but you know what I mean. Well, now we're going to return to the main continuity. Jason Todd is still dead, and a young boy approaches Bruce Wayne and tells him, "Hey, I saw some old footage of Haley Circus and you fighting with the first Robin. You're Batman, and I want to be Robin." He makes him Robin. A couple years go by, they meet a character known as Spoiler. She will be important later. Eventually, Tim Drake, who's already dating someone, ends up bringing his girlfriend after having fallen in love with Spoiler. They start dating. Well, eventually, he is given permission to reveal his identity to her. She does the same, and is revealed that she is Stephanie Brown. Stephanie Brown, also known as Spoiler, the daughter of the Clue Master, a knockoff Riddler, effectively. Basically, he would do what Riddler does and leave riddles, but she would spoil the end of them, henceforth, Spoiler. Well, after a while, Tim was done with Batman and leaves, becoming, for the time, I believe he was then known as Drake, only to eventually become Red Robin. Well, Stephanie, who recently had a falling out with Tim as well, goes to Bruce and says, "You are taking me as a Robin." Bruce agrees, and she becomes the fourth Robin. Well, after becoming the fourth Robin, she initiates a plan that has the potential to rid Gotham of crime permanently. But it required someone present named Matches Malone. Those who don't know, Matches Malone is a alias that Bruce Wayne uses to go undercover. So, it becomes effectively no man's land in Gotham. Martial law is declared, and she is fired as Robin. Trying to fix this, she ends up, though, getting beaten to near death and dying. Sort of. It's revealed that she had the night nurse that helped her lie to Bruce that she died. And also we get one of the most amazing moments ever, because at her deathbed, Bruce said that she was just as good a Robin as all of his boys. And that is heart-wrenching to me. Well, we're now going to go ahead and do a thing that all of us hate. New 52. Let's go. Rewind time. Well, all that sort of stuff happened until Tim Drake. Now, Tim Drake is still Robin, but it turns out that Talia al Ghul had a child with Bruce Wayne without Bruce Wayne knowing. Well, Talia brings him there because, being hunted by some bad guys in the Not Under the Red Hood, Son of Batman film. It was Deathstroke. I don't know if it's the same in the comics. I don't quite recall. But, anywho, Damian Wayne becomes Robin. A very brutal Robin who uses a sword. Eventually he gets killed, resurrected, it goes sort of back and forth. Just in knowing DC, you're never dead forever. And that there's the timeline of all the Robins that I know of. Oh, I forgot to mention this, but while Tim Drake was Robin, he walked in 10 minutes after his father called him saying goodbye on his father's fresh murder scene. Yeah, dead parents are sort of a thing of being a hero in comic books, it seems. Anywho, that is the timeline of the Robins.